आज मैं आपको NFT के बारे में बताऊंगा कि NFT क्या चीज़ है। So NFT according to Wikipedia is non-fungible tokens. Non-fungible token. The main thing is fungible. Non-fungible mean irreplaceable or non-interchangeable. So a non-fungible token is a non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain. You have to understand what is blockchain, a form of ledger, a digital ledger that can be sold and traded. Types of NFT data units may be associated with digital files such as photos, videos, and audio. Because each token is uniquely identifiable, NFT differs from blockchain cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. NFT ledgers claim to provide a public certificate of authenticity or proof of ownership, but the legal rights conveyed by an NFT can be uncertain. NFT or non-fungible tokens do not restrict the sharing or copying of the underlying digital files, do not necessarily convey the copyright of the digital files, and do not prevent the creation of NFTs with identical associated files. NFTs have been used as a speculative asset and they have drawn increasing criticism for the energy cost and carbon footprint associated with validating blockchain transactions, as well as their frequent use in art scams and claimed structure of the NFT market to be a Ponzi scheme. Now we will talk about the characteristics of NFT. An NFT is a unit of data on a digital ledger called a blockchain, which can be sold and traded. The NFT can be associated with a particular digital or physical asset, such as a file or a physical object, and a license to use the asset for a specified purpose. An NFT and, if applicable, the associated license to use, copy, or display the underlying assets can be traded and sold on digital markets. The extra legal nature of NFT trading usually results in an informal change of ownership over the asset that has no legal basis for enforcement, often conferring little more than use as a status symbol. NFTs functions like cryptographic tokens, but unlike cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, NFTs are not mutually interchangeable, hence not fungible. While all Bitcoins are each NFT may represent a different underlying assets and though may have a different value. NFT are created when blockchains string records of cryptographic hash, a set of characteristics identifying a set of data, onto previous records, therefore creating a change of identifiable data blocks. The cryptographic transaction processes ensure the authentication of each digital file by providing a digital signature that is used to track NFT ownership. However, data links that point to details such as where the art is stored can be affected by link rot. Now we will talk about the copyright of NFT. Ownership of an NFT does not inherently grant copyright or intellectual property rights to the digital asset as a token represents. While someone may sell an NFT representing their work, the buyer will not necessarily receive copyright privileges when ownership of the NFT is changed, and so the original ownership is allowed to create more NFTs of the same work. In that sense, an NFT is merely a proof of ownership that is separate from a copyright, according to a legal scholar Rebecca Thursnet. In one sense, the purchaser acquires whatever the art would think they have acquired. They definitely do not own the copyright to the underlying work unless it is explicitly transferred. Now we will talk about the history of NFT. Early history 2014 to 2017. The first known NFT quantum was created by Kevin McCoy and Anil Dash in May 2014, consisting of a video clip made by McCoy's wife Jennifer. McCoy registered the video on the Namecoin blockchain and sold it to Dash for during a live presentation for the 7 conference at the New Museum in New York City. McCoy Dash referred to the technology as monetized graphics. A non-fungible, tradable blockchain market was explicitly linked to the work of art via on-chain metadata enabled by Namecoin. This is in contrast to the multi-unit fungible metadata-less colored coins of other blockchain and counterparty. As you can see, the presentation of Ethereum at DevCon 1, November 13, 2015. This is the presentation. Uh, Increased public awareness after 2017 and present. The 2017 online game CryptoKitties was monetized by selling tradable cat NFTs, and its success brought some public attention to NFTs. The NFT market experienced rapid growth during 2020, with its value tripling to $250 million. In the first 3 months of 2021, more than $200 million were spent on NFTs. Where it is used, commonly associated files. NFT have been used as a means of exchanging digital tokens that link to a digital file. Digital arts. Digital art is a common use case for NFTs. High-profile auctions of NFTs linked to digital art have received considerable public attention, with the work merged by artist Pog being the most expensive NFT with a price of $91 million, and Every Days, the first 5,000 days by artist Mike Winkelmann. In March 2021, the blockchain company Injective Protocol bought a $95,000 original screen print entitled Morons White from English graffiti artist Banksy and filmed somebody burning it with a cigarette lighter, with the video being minted and sold as an NFT. The person who destroyed the artwork, who called themselves Banksy, described the act as a way to transfer a physical work of art to the NFT space. Now we will talk about the games. NFTs can be used to represent in-game assets such as digital plots of land, which some commentators describe as being controlled by the user instead of game developer, by allowing assets to be traded on third-party marketplaces without permission from the game developer. In December 2021, Ubisoft announced Ubisoft Quartz, an NFT initiative which allows people to buy artificially scarce digital items using cryptocurrency. The announcement has raised significant criticism, with a dislike ratio of 96% over the YouTube announcement video, which has since been unlisted. Music. In February 2021, NFTs reportedly generated around $25 million within the music industry, with artists selling artwork and music as NFT token. On February 28, 2021, electronic dance musician TLAU sold a collection of 33 NFTs for a total of $11.7 million to commemorate the 3-year anniversary of his Ultraviolet album. Film. In May 2018, 20th Century Fox partnered with Atom Tickets and released limited edition Deadpool 2 digital poster to promote the film. They were available from OpenSea and the GFT exchange. And other associated files. A number of internet memes have been associated with NFTs, which were minted and sold by their creators or by their subject. Examples include Doge, an image of Shiba Inu dog, as well as Charlie Bit My Finger, Nyan Kid, and Disaster Girl. Speculation. Now we'll talk about speculation. NFTs representing certain digital collectibles and artworks have been considerable used as a speculative asset. The NFT buying surge was called an economic bubble by experts, who also compared it to the dot-com bubble. In March 2021, Mike Winkelmann called NFT as an irrational exuberance bubble. By mid-April 2021, demand appeared to have substantially subsided, causing prices to fall significantly. Uh, what are the dangers of money laundering? NFTs, as with other blockchain securities and traditional art sales, can potentially be utilized for money laundering. Auction platforms for NFT sales may potentially face a regulatory pressure for compliance with existing anti money laundering legislation. The director of Anti-Money Laundering Monitoring and Analysis Center for the People's Bank of China has expressed that NFTs could easily become money laundering tools. Gao elaborated that there is an increasing unlawful exploitation of various new cryptographic technologies and that illicit actors often self-identify as innovators of the financial technology sector. So there is a big danger of money laundering as expressed by the Bank of China. Now, what the United States Treasury Bank assessed. A February 2022 study from the United States Treasury assessed that there was some evidence of many money laundering risk in the high value art market, including through the emerging digital art markets such as the use of non-fungible tokens. The study considered how NFT transaction may be a simpler option for laundering money through art by avoiding the transportation or insurance complication in trading physical art. Several NFT exchanges were labeled as possible virtual asset service providers that may be subject to financial crimes enforcement network regulation. And what about other views? Other uses, in 2019, Nike patented a system called CryptoKicks that would use NFTs to verify the authenticity of physical sneakers and give a virtual version of the shoe to the customer. Standards and blockchain. Specific token standards have been created to support various blockchain use cases. Ethereum was the first blockchain to support NFTs with its ERC-721 standard and is currently the most widely used. Many other blockchains have added a plan to add support for NFTs with their growing popularity. And now we will talk about Ethereum. ERC-721 was the first standard for representing non-fungible digital assets on the Ethereum blockchain. ERC-721 is an inheritable solidity smart contract standard, meaning that developer can create new ERC-721 compliant contracts by copying from a reference implementation. ERC-721 provides core methods that allow tracking the ownership of a unique identifier. These are some terms. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash support NFTs and powers the jungle NFT marketplace. Cardano introduced native tokens that enable the creation of NFTs without smart contracts with its March 2021 update. Flow NFT, GoChain, Solana, Tezu. Issues and criticism. Storage off-chain. NFTs involving digital art generally do not store the associated art file on the blockchain due to its size. The token functions in a way more similar to a certificate of ownership with a web address pointing to the piece of art in question, making the art still subject to link knot. Environmental concern. NFT purchases and sales are enmeshed in a controversy regarding the high energy usage and consequent greenhouse gas emission associated with blockchain transaction. A major aspect of this is the proof of work protocol required to regulate and verify blockchain transaction on networks such as Ethereum, which consumes a large amount of electricity. Artist and buyer fees. Sales platforms charge artists and buyers fees for minting, listing, claiming, and secondary sales. Analysis of NFT market in March 2021. Plagiarism and fraud. There have been cases of artists having their work sold by others as an NFT without permission. So that is a big problem of plagiarism and security. In January 2022, it was reported that some NFTs were being used to mine user IP addresses by the seller. Pyramid Ponzi scheme claims. The structure of the NFT market has been seen by some as being similar to a pyramid or Ponzi scheme where early adopters profit at the expense of those buying in later. And popular culture. A comedy skit on the March 27, 2021 episode of Saturday Night Live featured characters explaining NFT through rap to US Treasury Secretary Janet, as played by Kat McKinnon. There are also some list of most expensive non-fungible token, decentralized autonomous, and these are the references. Today we have talked about the NFT non-fungible tokens, and so I'm again saying a non-fungible token is a non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain, a form of digital ledger that can be sold and traded. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Stay with us. Thank you very much. Bye bye.